Students, today I'm going to review the book very famous Microeconomics by Robert S. Pindig and Daniel L. Rubenfeld. It's available in all over the world, mostly prescribed for the microeconomics segment for the economics honors. Sometimes it also comes in the economics entrance examinations as well. So this is one of the most important book. This book has a very good exercise. You can have a look into that. So I will be going through that as well. So this is the original book's PDF. Okay, so let's go for, there are total 18 chapters. And the main ideology of this book is to represent economics in a much easier than normal way. Okay, and the most idea, the which they have explained, the diagrams which I have done is far better than the normal cases, and they have not considered. For example, if I show you one of the diagrams, so they have not considered in economics books. There's a biggest problem that they sometimes consider. An arbitrary situation of 5 4 3 2 1 in that way, but here if you see the exercises, okay, so for example, what is mean by a person is risk cover. So this is a direct normal question can come into the examination, or even in the exercises. Pretty much in my examinations I've seen, in the entrance I've seen, these kind of stuff have come. Okay, so we will go for this discussion in detail. For example, if you see this is a very structure on the basis of a figure, and given in this structure, and they have given the data, and on that basis, if you see the data over here, so on that basis $25, so they have given this. Okay, even sometimes without the data also they have given, so that makes it easier. A lot of case studies have been provided, so this is very useful, which you also see in Mankiw's macroeconomics book. For example, if you see this time the choice of two different investors in a particular firm, so this is a very perfect structure they have given, and they have not added any kind of numerical value. So for example, the sigma is sigma b, r a, r b in that way, and different colors are also being used. Okay, and see this is also a non numerical based structure, and every time they have given the mathematical formation as well, so that will be relatively handy as well. But the data mostly used are American data, so if you are in an Asian country, so there may be some discrepancies, but doesn't matter, so you can use your own data in order to do that, and anyway it's a theoretical part, so it won't be a problem. So let's come to this part 1, markets and prices. So this time they have explained the market very in a very structured way, and for example, real and nominal price segment is really good. So they have not only explained the concept, because as an economics student, when you are understanding it for the first time, it becomes very hard whenever someone comes and draw a downward sloping and upward sloping line. So this kind of stuff is useful. After that, basics of the supply and demand they have given. So here the market mechanism they have explained well. Okay, quickly we will go to the next part. So producers and consumers and competitive market. So this one is a very important, where is this especially deals with different kind of indifference curve, different types of budget line, perfect complements and perfect substitute segments as well. Okay, after that, cost of living indices, there is been a statistics related usage are also predominant over here, so you can have a look, and every time this has a good exercise for this. For example, individual and market demand is very important. Network externalities is been a new topic they have added this year, and also empirical estimation of demand. Okay, this appendix part also have some exercises. You can have a look into that, and if you have problems, you can send it to me. I will solve it for you. Uncertainty and consumer behavior is describing risk, probability based. It's actually risk and uncertainty based. So they explain the risk and uncertainty in a very easy way. So if you know the probability of the outcome, it is called risky, and with probability, and without probability it's just uncertain. So very clean and clear explanation. So the next is production structure. So this chapter has some diagrams and very keenly explained, and returns to scale and returns to a factor also differentiated. Cost of production in the same way. So cost in the short run, cost in the long run, both of the things are there. And long run versus short run, so they have explained the curvical differences in a very structured manner as well. So after the profit maximization and the complete supply, they have went to the perfectly competitive market. So here, so profit maximization and marginal revenue structures have also been explained well. Now coming to this next part, the analysis of competitive market. Here you won't find much. So now coming to the market structure, this one is a very important one. Market supply, monopoly and monopsony, they have explained the effect of taxes and these parts. So you can really take a look into the monopoly power, sources of monopoly power, but they didn't explain much the first and second and third degree price discrimination. So for that you need to check out some other books. Lipsey and Crystal is a good one. You can also see there's another book, I'm forgetting the name. It is Laird and Walter. Okay, and pricing in the market power. Two-part tariff. This bundling thing is very important. Advertising, the sales cost part, and the vertically integrated farm is also a new type of concept. So next is monopolistic competition, oligopoly. So they are still continuing the market. Okay, in this segment, and game theory is one of the most ignored part, but they have explained not only in a very easier way, but explain all the possible aspects. Markets of the factor inputs are also important, and after that they are going to investment, time and capital markets. So this is relatively easier. And information market failure, general equilibrium, where they have explained with respect to the n different possibilities together. So that is a very important thing. Okay, and next is market with asymmetric information is also very cool here. So asymmetric information is associated with the general market and also with the risk and uncertainty structure, and after that obviously come externality and public good. This is most of a theory, and that's the end of it. So now let's go for some topics. So if you see the pattern, if I take an arbitrary chapter, and let me just explain you the way it is being done. For example, we go to profit maximization and competitive supply. Let's go to a market based chapter. As you can see that even the numerical examples can directly be copied in, and yet it is being done from that. So monopolistic competition or oligopoly, if we go to this chapter, so this chapter intro is useful, and after that monopolistic competition, what is that, the market, the making of the monopolistic competition, the equilibrium. In general people don't go for this, but this diagram is really, I believe me guys, this is a very properly explained diagram, and they have explained with respect to blue and red. If you are getting an Indian edition, it possibly will be done in only black and white, so you need to match up with that. But anyway, in the black and white you can also understand the different shades. Monopolistic competition, economic efficiency is an important part, and here also the diagrammatic representation, especially the shading area, which is very important. At the time of examination you can just normally shade it. Monopolistic company in the market for colas and coffee is a relatively new example. Okay, so with respect to the Russian market, how the American market is fighting and winning it every time. So this one is a very crucial part. And after that there is marginal revenue and the output decision based structure, and reaction curve, and Cournot equilibrium is being explained. So there are, we know, 4 Cournot, Barta, Steckelberg models. So all these models have been given, so model based explanations are important. We can go to some other chapter. For example, in the basic demand also you can see a little bit of data is being given every time, and on that, so database structure and non-database structures are given, and the chapters exercises are given as first as a summary, then questions for review, which is a theoretical question, then exercises, and that includes numerical and non-numerical both. So this is the type which we get to see in this book. Hopefully this video will be useful for you. So any kind of other problems you want to make me video on any other topic, you can ask me. Thank you.